our guests for joining us for the Show Me KC Schools virtual middle school tour. Okay, welcome. We'll go ahead and get started. Just as a reminder, we are recording. Again, thank you for joining us. My name is Nina Ward. I am the Director of Programs and Events with Show Me KC Schools, and today we are here for a virtual middle school tour. So many of you may know Show Me KC Schools hosts various in-person and virtual tours highlighting some of our amazing schools throughout the Kansas City area. And so that's what we're here to do today. Today we have some amazing school representatives with us from KC Girls Prep, Kauffman School, and also Kansas City Public Schools. And so we're excited to hear from them today and learn about some of the amazing school options that we have. Before we get started, I do want to talk a little bit about Show Me KC Schools and some of the things we do with our programming. At Show Me KC Schools, we do various things in addition to the tours to include workshops that support families with navigating their education journey for their child. We provide one-on-one school navigation with our amazing navigators who help families walk through the different options that they have and assess things that they need in a school space. We also have our annual city school fair that takes place at Central Library. We also have a pre-K fair that is actually coming up. That's going to be on February 8th, also at Central Library at 6 p.m. In addition to that, we have our amazing family resource centers where families can pop in and get support with filling out applications and also completing enrollment. And
okay, is Nina only frozen for me? Is she frozen for everyone? For everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and
we'll answer those throughout.
Oh, there she is.
And then we will also have a opportunity for Q&A. Can everybody still hear me okay?
You froze. Can you repeat what you said though? Because you froze for a long time.
What part, Danielle, did I freeze it?
Yeah, it's just giving us a run of show of what today will look like. I think is where we lost you. Thank you.
Okay. The internet, it will never cooperate when we need it to, will it? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so we will go through and hear from school reps, and they will share about school options. As we're doing that, if participants want to comment in the chat questions, we will ask those throughout, and we will also save time at the end for Q&A. So we'll go ahead and actually get started with Kansas City Public Schools. We have the amazing Shayla Lewis, who is going to talk to us about the middle school options with KCPS.
All right, thank you so much. Let me share my screen here. All right, does everybody see that? All right. So I am the district admission supervisor here at Kansas City Public Schools, and we're going to go through some of our middle school options that we have to offer to our families. Our first school that we're going to talk about is Central Middle School. Central Middle School serves 7th and 8th graders. It is one of our neighborhood schools that is located in the community. As you can see on the screen, we have our mission statement for Central Middle, which is to pursue excellence in all areas by providing rigorous academics, developing leaders, fostering creativity, and empowering students with the essential skills to navigate through the 21st century. Central Middle has a lot of different programs they have, which is on the screen, and this is just a few of them that are offered. We have the mentoring program. We do have sports there. We have the National Junior Honor Society, chess, sewing, and cooking club. And there's a variety of different activities and education pathways that you can do through this neighborhood school. Again, this neighborhood school is usually serves the south side of KC, as well as the central area of the Kansas City area as well. Our next school that we have is Northeast Middle. Northeast Middle is also a neighborhood school. So we have two neighborhood schools. And when we say neighborhood schools are schools that are within the neighborhood. So based off of your address, you would either go to Northeast Middle or you would go to Central Middle. So Northeast Middle is in the Northeast area. Their mission statement is similar to the Central mission statement as well. One of the big differences with Northeast Middle is that this is one of our schools that serves our English language learners. So this school serves over 20 languages to any student that is coming. We have Northeast Middle, they serve the new Americans. So students who are just now coming to the United States. We have a specific program established inside of Northeast Middle for those students as well. Along with the English language learners, we still have a variety of different school options and options within the school. So they have sports as well. They have drama clubs, student council. And as I stated, this school is in the Northeast area. So students that are living in that area with the feeder school, the high school to east and Northeast primary go to this school. Some of the elementary schools that feed into the school would be James, Garfield, and Gladstone. So this is Northeast Middle School. Our next middle school is Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. Paseo is one of our signature schools. Okay, Paseo starts at 7th grade. So our elementary schools go to 6th grade. So this would be a school that your child could start after they finish elementary. A lot of people think that Paseo is just strictly just for performing arts, but it's not. It has a lot of other different activities and options that it offers to students. Some of the course pathways that they have is instrumental music, vocal music, theater, costume design, broadcast television. And the good thing with Paseo entering in the middle school age is that you do not have to audition. So once your student enters, if your student was to enter into 9th grade, high school, they would have to audition in one of these courses or pathways in order to be accepted. When they enter in 7th grade, they just have to meet the academic requirements, which would be 2.5, 90% attendance, and good behavior. Also with Paseo is a 7th through 12th grade. So once your student enters for middle school, this will be the school that they will continue to until they graduate. We also recently, just within the last year or two, I believe, we brought sports into Paseo. So Paseo has also sports that they can offer. And it's also a dual language school. So we have, one of our schools that we have is Carver Dual Language, which is an elementary school. Well, Paseo is a pathway and a pilot school for Carver Dual Language. So the students that are enrolled in Carver Dual Language will automatically roll up to Paseo and continue their secondary dual language program at Paseo, which Paseo offers. Paseo also serves a lot of our students that have special needs, special education needs. They also have a wing at this school as well. Our other option, which is another signature school, is Lincoln College Preparatory Academy Middle School. Lincoln Middle starts serving grades starting at 6th grade. So your elementary student would do K through 5th, and instead of doing that last 6th grade year at their elementary school, they would do it at Lincoln Middle. Lincoln Middle serves 6th through 8th grade. As you can see, it has a variety of different options within the school. It has an art club, it has sports, it has different arts as well. So it has the band, the orchestra, the drawing. And Lincoln Middle is also a feeder school. It feeds into Lincoln College Preparatory Academy. So as long as your student maintains the GPA, the attendance, and does not get demoted from Lincoln Middle, then they will automatically roll up to Lincoln Prep starting 9th grade. They also have a focus pathway on engineering, computer science, and biomedical. And then they also focus on foreign languages such as French, Spanish, and Mandarin Chinese. So Lincoln College Preparatory Academy Middle School, it is one of our signature schools as well. So you do have to apply in order to be accepted. Your student must have a 3.0 GPA, 90% attendance, and a good behavior record, no chronic behavior. So this is Lincoln College Preparatory Academy, 6th through 8th grade. So again, this kind of tells about the mission requirements for the two signature schools, as I stated, Paseo Academy and Lincoln Middle. Those are our two signature schools that you would have to apply to in order to be accepted. Central Middle and Northeast Middle is just based off of your address. We do have interdistrict transfers. So say that your neighborhood school is Central Middle, but you would like to attend Northeast Middle, you can submit an interdistrict transfer that would allow you to go to Northeast Middle instead of your neighborhood school or Central Middle, but transportation would be provided by you. So we do have other options as far as the neighborhood school. As far as the signature schools, as you can see, these are the requirements that you would have to meet. We do have a lottery that we do, which will take place. Well, the deadline to submit your application to be considered into the lottery will be February 17th for the 23-24 school year. So all applications, along with the school records from the past 2 years, would have to be submitted prior to February 17th to be considered into the lottery. And then notifications, whether or not you are offered a seat after the lottery is ran, is on February 27th. But again, for Paseo, the admissions requirements is a GPA of 2.5 or higher, 90% attendance, no chronic behavior. And then with Lincoln Middle, it would be a GPA of 3.0 or higher, 90% attendance, and no chronic behavior.
Could I ask a question around admission? We had a question come through the chat. I'm a parent would know for the GPA requirement, how is that calculated for schools who do not have a traditional grading system? So as we know, some of our schools do standards-based grading and things like that. How is that GPA then calculated for those admission requirements?
So the schools, so the registrar at Lincoln Middle and at Paseo, they use a calculation. So they calculate it. So if it's a number, the standards, they calculate it with the core courses. So it's the core subjects that are calculated. And so that's a lot of times people get that confused because you might have, a 4 and a 5, but then in math and history, you might have a 2 or a 1. So it's the core, it's the core subjects that are calculated for the GPA. And if you contact the registrar at both of those schools, they have, I don't have it on here, but they have a printout as far as which specific courses that they calculate. And then they also provide you with the calculations as well.
Thank you for that.
No problem. So our last screen, it just shows that we are still enrolling for the 23-24 school year. So on next Tuesday, January 31st, from 5 to 7 p.m., we are having a enrollment night here. So if anyone is interested in coming to apply for one of these signature schools, or say that you are moving into the neighborhood or you're looking for a new middle school right now, Paseo is still accepting students for this current school year, for the 22-23. So Paseo is still accepting students. And then of course we enroll year round for our neighborhood schools, for our Central Middle and Northeast Middle. So this is just not for next year. This is for current year right now as well. But we are focusing on the next year. So if you are looking to apply for Lincoln Middle or for Paseo Academy, feel free to do so. You'll also see on here that we do have another middle school, African Center College Preparatory. It is also listed on here as well. So that is one of our schools. It's a middle school and it starts from pre-K to 8th grade. And we also have a Foreign Language Academy as well. So for more information, you can visit the Office of Admissions. We're located at 2901 Truce. Our phone number is on there. Our email address is on there. My name is on there, as well as our district recruiter, Tanoa Foster. She is very knowledgeable of all the schools in the area, and she knows a lot more that's going on in the schools than I do. So she is the specialist of all of this. So I'm kind of just filling in for her today. But if you have any questions, feel free to email her. She gets back to you very fast, or you can email me as well. We work very hand in hand, very close together. So that is Kansas City Public Schools.
Thank you so much. I do have one more question. For families that potentially want to get in to physically see the building, who should they contact in regards to setting up a tour or seeing if there are tour opportunities for schools that they're interested in?
I would contact Tanoa because she is working, and we actually do have some school tours that are supposed to be scheduled, and we'll definitely let you guys know so you guys can advertise that. But we do have a couple of school tours that are scheduled, I believe, in February. And I know some in March as well. So she is definitely working on that. I don't have the exact dates, but we do have some that's going to be showing up pretty soon.
Perfect. Sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. I'm not sure what happened to Molly, so we will pivot quickly here and pass it on to Dr. Flood to share with us about Kauffman School.
Hi, give me a second. Can you guys all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Ashley Flood. I work for Kauffman as an operations specialist. So I'm just gonna kind of go through and tell you what Kauffman has to offer. There we go. So why Kauffman? Just a couple of things that I think make Kauffman stand out that may be important. Kauffman is a 3-tier middle school. So we start in 5th grade and we go all the way to 12th grade. We do 5th and 6th grade as a middle school, and then we do 7th and 8th grade, and then we do, of course, high school, which is 9th through 12th. It's important that although our school goes from 5th through 12th grade, we only accept applications for 5th through 8th, which is kind of a new thing. Typically, we've done 5th and 6th grade only. This year we've opened it up to 7th and 8th grade, but we're still accepting applications for this year. So if you would like to apply still, that's an opportunity that you guys have. So the whole idea behind Kauffman and why it was created was the idea of creating college graduates. That's also why we start in 5th grade and only accept in 8th grade, is with the idea that if we start kids younger, we'll be able to introduce them to an academic level that they'll be able to take on to high school, and that when they get to high school, they'll be able to achieve some of those academic levels that we would like to see them on, that they can take on to college. One, I know it's been mentioned, there isn't really any requirements to attend Kauffman, but one of the restrictions that to attend Kauffman is that you must live in the Kansas City School District. So it's free tuition. We do provide uniforms, but you must live in the school district in order to attend here. So just a couple of things that I think kind of make us stand out as far as like the academic, what we provide for academics. Each grade is broken up into what we call cohorts. So just for example, for 5th grade, we have about 4 or 5 different cohorts, which are named after colleges. I think this is just kind of cool, kind of gives kids inspiration as they go and move forward in the Kauffman process. As I mentioned before, while there are no requirements to apply and get accepted into Kauffman, one thing that we do once a student is accepted is each student takes a test just to see where they're at academically. And these cohorts, excuse me, they're based on, so if you have 5th grade, if your testing levels is 4th and 5th grade, then you'll be in cohort A. If your testing levels on 5th and 6th grade, you'll be in cohort B, but they're all 5th graders. So I just thought that was something to keep in mind. We also have something called ANET testing, which I thought was, as somebody who's not very good at taking tests myself. So for about a week, the students go through what we call ANET testing. And this testing is to help them prepare for the state MAP testing. And so students take this for the week, and we're able to see where students are at academically, and the teachers and staff members change their curriculum based on where our students can be improved at. So if we see that in our 5th grade class that students are struggling with math, we will change the curriculum to make sure that we focus more on math, so that when it comes to testing like MAP testing, that they'll be well prepared for that MAP testing. And then just some other things that we kind of provide. Kauffman is a uniform-based school. We do provide 2 free polos, but the other traditional dress codes would be khaki pants and black shoes. We require this from 5th through 12th, but there are plenty of days that students have dress down days where they can kind of wear whatever they want to wear. I think this is important in the fact that the students are able to focus more on school and not some of the other things that could distract them in school. And then we do offer transportation. I know some schools aren't able to offer transportation, and that is why we require that you live in the Kansas City school district, because that's where our transportation goes. Some of the sports, we do have a lot of extracurricular activities, which is a fairly new thing to Kauffman in the last year or two. We have like basketball and soccer, your traditional sports that you would think of. We have this for not only varsity level, but also starting in 6th grade, we offer all of the same sports that we offer for varsity level. But not only do we offer sports, we also offer after school programs like cooking club, robotics club, and student ambassadors, which I thought was really cool. I myself helped out in cooking club, learned how to cook a couple things. So that's really cool. And then last but not least, we also do, which I think is big, is field trips, college trips, and then end of the year trips. So basically, some of our seniors get to go to visit places like Mizzou, WashU, and then at the end of the year for each grade, for each middle school, so it'll be 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th, and of course high school. We offer college visits to places like San Diego, Chicago. So I just think it's something to look forward, especially for students throughout the year. They work hard, and it's all financed through the school as well. And then our facilities, I think it's just a beautiful place. So these are just a couple pictures of what our facilities looks like. I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know our facilities is an actual school. So here at the top, this is kind of like what our cafeteria looks like. In the bottom, this is what a traditional classroom look like. And then the same here, what students would have as far as like in the classroom, and then what our main facilities looks like. And then I just have a short video about Kauffman. I think that it will explain and also give you that idea of virtual tour of what our school looks like and from a day-to-day basis.
It's time for another new Kansas City Spotlight. Here's your host, Lauren Scott.
Welcome to Kauffman School, where enrollment is now open and they want your students to apply today. Over the past 4 years, Kauffman School has experienced a 100% college acceptance rate. They currently have alumni at dozens of colleges and universities, both near and far, like UMKC, Mizzou, KU, and Brown, and students matriculating this year at Harvard, Notre Dame, Rhodes, and West Point. Well, the path to college begins in 5th grade. You may have a 4th grader and think that college is far off, but here at Kauffman, they can help you build a foundation towards a path to college and college graduation right now. And here they have a full array of varsity athletics, including football, track, soccer, and cheerleading, and some sports through a partnership with other high-performing charter schools. Kauffman is open to everyone. With all students, they hope to achieve extraordinary results. Students have 2 periods of literacy and 2 periods of math a day. Transportation is provided at no cost to all students living within KCPS boundaries. Kauffman was recently named a top 5 school in Missouri by U.S. News. A big part of that is due to their literacy initiatives. Their goal is to address foundational literacy needs in students' early years at Kauffman and increase students' access to more rigorous reading and writing necessary to be successful at the AP level in high school. For more information or to find out how your student can apply, visit kaufmanschool.org.
So I'll be done with the video, and if you guys do want to know more, and there's some opportunities to do an actual live tour. So this Saturday, we're actually participating with the School App KC in this School Saturday. So from 10 to noon, we will be here. If you want to show up a little bit early or stay a little late, that's fine as well. I know there's several different schools participating. And then also, if you guys, for some reason, want to apply now, we're also giving $50 gift cards to people who refer families to us. Feel free to scan that, and it'll take you right to the links that you guys need to be in order to do so. And then if you guys have any additional questions or you guys want to know more about the school, you can contact me personally. My email and my phone number is available here, and I hope to hear you guys from you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I will share some dates that are coming up Dr. Floyd mentioned the school Saturday that's coming up this Saturday, January 28th. That's going to be a great opportunity to see some of those schools that are currently in the School at KC. And our next school presenting is part of School at KC as well. And so we'll Ali to share about KC Girls Prep.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this today. I am so excited to tell you all about Kansas City Girls Prep. And to start, I'd love to do a little video so you guys can get a feel for exactly what we embody here at KC Girls Prep. So give me one moment to share my screen. All right.
We celebrate our identities, we connect with one another. So that's where I felt like this is home. My name is Tara Haskins, and I'm the founding school leader of Kansas City Girls Preparatory Academy. I facilitate learning and growth. I help design spaces where teachers can be their best selves, whether that be from professional development or content team time or creating spaces for them to collaborate. What makes our school unique and different is that I say we're the school that love built. All of our teachers, and even myself included, have an open door policy. And we don't just give them a space to share their concerns, we give them a space to problem solve their concerns. I get emotional because I can see them 10 years from now. You see the greatness, you see like, wow, when you're like my age, watch out world. KC Girls Prep is currently enrolling, and I'm excited for next year because we will finally be fully grown. They should come join us because we're a space where we truly cultivate love and we truly cultivate learning. Most importantly, we celebrate growth.
All right, everybody. So I want to kind of use that as our basis in conversation today. First and foremost, we are Kansas City Girls Prep. We are a 5th through 8th middle school for this year. We are growing to 9th grade next year. And what this means is for you as a potential family at KC Girls Prep is that we are building a high school. We will be 5th through 12th grade ultimately. If a student starts with us in middle school, they can end with us in high school, which I'm really excited to share with you. A couple more notes that I want to highlight. As Ms. Haskins, our school leader, mentioned, she said we are the school that love built. And we are very proud to stand on the motto that your scholar will be safe, loved, and learning at KC Girls Prep. And with that in mind, we really promote social emotional learning within our school. So we have a full-time social worker, a full-time school counselor, and a full-time dean of culture. This allows us to have a wonderful, robust, diverse curriculum and the support needed for our scholars to have someone to turn to in a time of need, for personal conflict, or to grow their own voice. As Tara mentioned as well, we are here to grow voices. And what that means for our students is that we're teaching them to have the autonomy to learn how to ask for help and be their best selves and the leaders of tomorrow. A few notes to make on our curriculum, student life, points of pride. So our curriculum, we have your basic kind of 5 core classes. So our middle school students have English language arts, science, technology, engineering, math, humanities, and an enrichment class. That might be PE, visual arts, music. Beyond that, we have 3 classes that I'm really proud to talk about. One being Pride, which is a homeroom aspect of our school where our girls have small groups and we build our sisterhood among them. And second to that is our WIN blocks. And WIN stands for What I Need. Every scholar that enrolls at Kansas City Girls Prep will participate in 2 WIN blocks. And this allows them to receive extra help or a much more specific curriculum that is tailored around that individual student. We are a smaller school with smaller class sizes and a smaller student body, meaning there's a lot more face-to-face between our scholars and our educators, and a lot more opportunity to build that trust among the scholars themselves and our educators. We have after-school activities, and they are small clubs, so we do not have a large itinerary of sports games. We do scrimmages with some of the local schools, or we'll do a teacher versus student game as well. And some of our schools are, some of our sports activities are volleyball, basketball, soccer, cheer, dance, move more, get more. And an example of some of our non-athletic clubs are sewing club, art club, Pride and Inclusion Club, among many more. In addition to that, we stand out with being an all-girls school. We are Kansas City's first and only all-girls school that is tuition-free. So we are a school with no testing required to get in, no tuition cost, We provide free transportation within the KCPS district and free breakfast and lunch. So our school is open to anyone to apply to within that 5th to 9th grade range, and anyone that can fit within those realms. So again, with free bus transportation, free breakfast and lunch, and a really strong and diverse staff. I mentioned that we're an all-girls school, Kansas City Girls Preparatory Academy. Our staff right now are also all women, and it's a very inclusive, welcoming, loving environment for our scholars to grow and learn and become themselves in. We will have many opportunities for you to come by our school. As Nina mentioned, we are a part of Show Me KC School, so we will be here on Saturday from 10 to noon. Come in, stop by, check us out. We'll have people here to answer your questions, give you a tour, and help you learn a little bit more about our school and what makes us a little bit different, what makes us unique within the Kansas City area. In addition to that, we will have we'll be popping up all over around town. So I encourage you to check out our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram, so you'll know where we'll be next, especially if you just want to casually come by and ask a few questions, learn a little bit more at your own pace. In addition to that, I want to quickly share exactly how to get a hold of me. Again, so my name is Molly Shem. I'm the Family Partnerships Manager here at Kansas City Girls Prep. My role for you as a potential family of KC Girls Prep is to help you enroll, help you re-enroll when the time comes, and make sure that you have an advocate and a voice within the school here, so you always know how to get a hold of someone. And if I can't answer your question, I can certainly point you in the direction of someone who can. Give me one moment here to share my screen so you know exactly how to get a hold of me. So I just want to leave my information up here for you to check out. You can schedule a tour, enroll, or learn more. Again, please check out our socials, our Instagram and Facebook. All of these links are there as well. So if there's a format that works best for you, we want to communicate and meet you where your needs are in order for you to grow at KC Girls Prep. I want to take a couple more seconds to talk about some great points of pride that I have for us here. One being that our scholars across the board have come in needing maybe a little bit of extra help and have grown tremendously. So for our families that are familiar with testing requirements, that sort of thing, our numbers are through the roof for this year. We're really, really proud of the girls. We do share that in our weekly letter every week we send out to families. We try and be as transparent as possible in communication. So we call, text, email, whatever works best for you as a family, and we publish a weekly letter, and that goes out with updates, important information, links to RSVP. Some other fun family and community engagement that we have is our family dinners that take place just about every month, and that is a time for our scholars, our family, and their families to come in, hang out, have some camaraderie, and again, talk to staff, get some questions answered. Our next big endeavor, of course, is our high school. As I mentioned, we're 5th through 8th this year, meaning we're starting our 9th grade class next year. So we're bringing our entire scholar community in on this planning. We ask our scholars to use their voice, and then we give them the tools to do it. Please, 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 if you have any other questions about KCGPA, get a hold of me, nothing too big or too small. Today I had a scholar ask me what lunch was, or what the lunch was. They texted me, and those are my favorite texts to get because they're easy to answer and so much fun. So again, never hesitate to reach out to me. That is my direct line that you see there on the screen. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate all of our representatives chatting about their schools and sharing information. I do want to pause really quickly just to open us up for Q&A. If any of our participants have a question, feel free to come off mute and ask your question. Going once, going twice. Okay.
Nina, I thought I would ask, you know, I know Shyla, you mentioned that that for families entering Paseo specifically in middle school, that there's not that audition. It's a question that we get, you know, quite a lot. What about if I have a kiddo that I would like to apply for, but they've literally never played an instrument before? I know Paseo has said there's still a place for them to come in middle school and be able to explore all of that. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is. So when they enter into 7th grade, they don't have to know exactly what their pathway or what their specialty course is going to be. They have staff on hand that will work with the students to try to figure out, you know, their strengths, their weaknesses, and what area that they might be interested in. A lot of times we think of performing arts as theater, but it could be writing. Maybe your child is really good at writing, not good with instruments and not good with acting, but they can write. And that's one of the specialties that that Paseo offers. So and that's why it's good to get in during middle school, where you don't have to have that pressure of trying to audition. Some students already know what they want to do. They want to know they know they want to dance. So audition for them in 9th grade is easy. But for some students, it's not. And so that's why it's good to enter at a lower grade and have, the staff, Dr. Powell, who is the principal, who is doing an outstanding job over there this year, work with her, work with the staff to, find out what your major would be.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Molly, I know that you said that KC Girls Prep, of course, is been serving middle school students. Those 8th grade students will be matriculating into the 9th grade for this upcoming 23-24 school year. And so again, just reiterating to families that your school will continue to grow. I know that can be such a confusing thing sometimes when we're looking at it. So families are welcome to apply for, and I'm going to ask this as a question, for 5th through 9th grade for the 2023-2024 school year, which would start next August, correct?
Yes, Danielle, thank you for that. And I appreciate the help on the clarification. So as Danielle mentioned, we are a 5th through 8th grade. We will continue to serve 5th through 8th grade families. We are just so excited to know that we are growing and having, as she mentioned, our first 9th grade next year. So please, please, please enroll for 5th through 9th grade for the 23-24 school year through School App KC. And you're more than welcome to get a hold of me at any time if you need any help with that process.
Perfect. And lastly, Dr. Flood, just really excited to see, some of those sports offerings. As a school navigator, I know that that's a question that we get a lot, and I loved seeing the highlight from all of our representatives today on the different club opportunities and the sport opportunities. As students are entering middle and high school, sometimes they're really passionate about being able to participate in those things. And so Kauffman does have a football team then for the high school level. That's correct?
Yes, ma'am. They do have a football team for the high school level. It is partner with University Academy. So we take their students and our students together. We provide transportation to and from a U of A as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for those questions, Danielle. That was great. I am going to quickly share my screen. Are you all able to see that okay? So I just want to share these dates. We do have School Saturday. That's going to be this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Feel free to check out our website to have more information about that and see the list of schools that are participating in that. As Ms. Lewis mentioned, KCPS will be offering seats for those signature schools on February 27th, but that deadline date for the application is the 17th. So we want to make sure that you get the application in before February 17th to include the records that you need as well. And then the School App KC deadline is March 1st to be included in the lotteries for the schools that are a part of that application. Next, I have a survey. We do ask that our participants please complete the survey. This helps us to continue to provide free programming to Kansas City families like this and all of our other programming to help push out information about what's going on in the KC schools and continue to help with navigation services. You can do this if you're watching live, or if you are watching the recorded version, feel free to scan this. We truly appreciate that feedback. We thank you for joining us today. I will also add our information to the chat, so that is available. Continue to check out our website that has other information about the schools that we mentioned today and also other schools that are in the area. pre-K all the way through 12th grade. It's a great way to learn more about the school options and kind of dig into some of the data that may be helpful in determining a school that's best for your student. I do have our phone number and email included as well. If you would like an additional follow-up, we welcome you to contact us for that. I'll open us again to see if anyone has any questions before we stop. And with that, I appreciate your time today. Thank you to all of our school reps for hopping on the call and supporting us with providing families information. Thank you so much.